I hope you found that interesting, and I hope you found Dr. Amen interesting. He's a good friend and is head of Amen Clinics. The thing that I really wanted to point out, and I wanted to do this without throwing the parents under the bus, because I thought those were really nice, well-intended, devoted parents that really did. I mean, they spent $100,000. They sent this kid to 5 rehabs and 2 psychiatric placements. They did everything in the world. But what I've said so many times, and I know y'all watch the show a lot, you've heard me say, you can't ignore the brain. So seriously, what I've often said is, if people have a departure from their baseline, and I call it norm, but it's your baseline. Everybody here has a baseline, right? You've all got a way of coming into life. We all have an approach to life. And we all approach every situation differently. You know, some people come into a room like a house afire. You know, they just come in like, hey, I'm here. And then there are other people that come in like a cool breeze, you know, they just kind of drift into the room, and they just have different attitudes. But they also have different chemistry, and they have different brain activity. And I've said, for every thought you have, there's a physiological correlate that goes with that thought. People that are depressed, their brains have different patterns than people that aren't. Mm-hmm. People who are anxious, they're in fight or flight arousal, and people who aren't are not. So if you ignore the physiology in the brain, you can't really get a complete adjustment. You can't get completely well from something that's bothering you. I'll give you a good example I've used many times. Everybody think for just a second about a dill pickle. A big dill pickle, like that big around. And I want you to see the dill pickle. It's green, it's got bumps on it. Smell the vinegar. Now imagine biting down into it and it explodes into your mouth. You crunch it and you smell and feel it into your mouth. Okay, what happened?
Your mouth watered.
Yeah, you started to salivate, didn't you?
Yeah.
I didn't put anything in your mouth, I didn't touch you, but just your thoughts caused your body to react. That's what I mean. For every thought, your body has a reaction. And the brain is that's the control center for all of that. So if you've got a spouse, a sibling, yourself, someone else that's having trouble, don't forget you need to check the brain. You need to go to a neurologist. That's why I wanted to focus on and say, don't forget about the brain. And think back in your life about how many brain insults you may have had as a kid, or falling out of the wagon or whatever. My football career ended with a major brain injury. So, you know, I know it's there and it changes you. So, have you ever had a brain injury? Knocked out or whatever?
Not that I can remember, so maybe I did.
Yeah. No. I'm married to Smart Aleck. You would remember after.
What?
You'd remember after. I mean, as a kid, you never fell on your head or anything?
No, I don't think I did. Well, you know that one time my brother hit me with the golf club.
Well, see there?
In my eye. Yes, yeah. I got down to watch him putt, and he swung back and hit me right in the eye. Yeah. My eye was so big.
Yeah, well, I've had several. So, you know, you just have to take care of your brain, like you said. Anyway, that was the point. I wanted to make that point. I want to make that point to all of you. So that's the bubble over my head. Well, hey there, thanks so much for watching. And while I have you, do you have a story or a question for me? If so, I do want to hear from you. Click on the link in the description and tell me what's going on. You just might end up right here with me on the show. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Click that little red button below. You know you want to. What are you waiting for? Do it!